is you are looking at this lesson, H6. H6, thank you. We are looking at this transformation. I want you right now with your shoulder partner to think, okay, I'm going from D, E, F, we're going to keep it in order, to D prime, E prime, F prime, to D double prime, E double prime, F double prime. I want you right now to tell your shoulder partner, how did you get from the original black one to the red and then to the blue? Write down what you have for those different transformations. All right, quiet please. Listen, nope. Talking with your shoulder partner. Ellen and Micah, what do you guys have? First step. Reflect over the y-axis. Okay? Now I'm going from this point right here, which looks like 1, 4, up to 1 1/2, 6, right? I went from E prime, so I'm going to write down E prime, which is at 1, 4, please write this on your paper, to E double prime, which is at 1.5. Oh, those are negative, right? -1 and -1.5, 6. And so the question is, well, what was my size change? If I'm looking at this one, right, it went from -2, 0 to over here at -3, 0. So the question when I look at size change is, what is my factor? So we know, and I heard a lot of you saying this, we are dilating it, a dilation. What you're going to do is take the new point to determine what K equals, take the new and divide it by the old. So, -3 divided by -2 gives us a scale factor of, oh, not negative, 1.5. Oh, what if you wanted to use these numbers up here? The 6 and 4. 6 divided by 4 is still 1.5. 1.5 divided by -1.5 divided by -1 is still 1.5. Okay? So to get scale factor, you're always going to take the newest point divided by the oldest. And so pick an ordered pair. Okay? And kind of look at those. All right. So, just to review, we had these on your card. Reflecting over the x-axis, right? We keep, if we're reflecting over the x-axis, same order. Sign changes for our y-coordinate. So please put xy changes to, which one changes? The y, x -y. You should have had this on your note card, right? Reflection over the y, remember, reflecting, right? Reflecting over the y-axis. Y-axis, this is our y-axis, right? When we're looking here, this was our x. So when we reflect over the x or the y-axis, x, y, it says changes, same order, -xy. I love when we talk about our 90-degree clockwise rotation, and your quizzes yesterday, and this is why I said when I looked at H6, I was hoping you hadn't started doing it, because your quizzes yesterday, you guys rocked it. And I think my lowest score was an 18 out of 20. My lowest score on this quiz was an 18 out of 20. It was 10 points each. 10 points for one, 10 points for two. I know, I changed it. So,
Mr. Polly be like, oh,
I
changed it.
So, when I'm looking at these, I do think with the rotations, and I'm going clockwise. And I saw a lot of you put this arrow, because you can't use your flashcard or your note card when we take this bigger quiz on Friday. And I am thinking that I might not even do all the questions, but there's some questions on that quiz that are different that we need to look at. So XY changes to, we switch the order, Y and -x. Okay? When it's counterclockwise, I had some of you that said, I didn't do all the homework, and you did this, and you put the arrow. You guys did really well on that quiz. -yx. 180 degrees, x comma y. same order, everything becomes the opposite. Negative x, negative y. So this is kind of review, and then we're going to kind of look at our figures. And then this was our translation. So we had reflection, we had rotations, we had our translation. When you move it to the right, that goes to the x coordinate. So you're always thinking x comma y, and then it is always x. And if we are going up, it's going to be plus a or minus a. And then the b is going to be, if we are thinking of this, the y, it's either going to be plus going up or down subtracting. And sometimes I think the arrows help people, so putting those arrows by it, that helps you. Okay? Question on the notes or something else? Okay, just wait. I'm going to get the quizzes back to you in a little bit.
Why is right always
Okay.
constant?
Why is what?
Why is right always? Because it's right.
Because if you look at a number line, here's 0, here's 1, here's 2. This is our number line. We're simply looking at number lines. Okay, not now, not now. All right, keep going. Please turn to the top of the next page. Okay?
Oh my God, Nick.
So, quiet. It says to rotate 90 counterclockwise, then reflect over the y, then dilate 0.5. I would like you to do this one right now. We're not going to do all 3 of these in the notes. If you want to work with your shoulder partner as you are doing this. So, 90 degrees counterclockwise. As I look at that, where should that new one end up? Should it end up going above, or should it go over here to the left? If I'm going counterclockwise, should it go this way? Is this counter?
Oh wait.
It should go up.
Yes.
Should go up is my first step. If your A does not go up, right? Can you list the ordered pair right next to it here? I would be okay with that. It is at 2 and -4. It is at 2 and 0. So move your points right now. Do the rotation. I didn't put C down, but you could have had it 1, -1. Do the rotation. Check with your shoulder partner. Do this one right here. One thing I'll see is something like what I have up here, and I'll have people leave it like that with no letters. Not good. Not good. I will take off points when it's on a quiz or something. So, label them. They're not that hard to label, right? This is my C prime. This is going to be my A prime, right? This is going to be my B prime. Now, I saw some of you on the quiz listed every point, and some of you are doing kind of like what I did up here. You went with the 2, -4, and you switched those around and went with 4, and then the opposite, which was 4, 2, and you placed it up here. That's fine. Some of you need to list all of them. Some of you are getting this, okay? B and C. You now are going to do this. This is going to give me so this was my A prime, B prime, C. This is going to give me A double primes, right? And then it's going to get smaller. That's going to be my triple. Do that one right now. Okay. And if it helps you to list the points, and yes, you're going to get some fractional points, right, or decimals. You have to approximate where they're located, right? That's okay. You can do that. get that second one in green, the third one in green that I had there, and then our smaller one. So when I go up to that smaller one, and I'm going to do this one in red. I'm going to have C triple prime, right here. This is that one. This is my final picture. That's my C triple. This is my A triple and my B triple. So it says, is the original figure congruent or similar right now? I want you to answer, is it congruent, the red one to the black one? Congruent or similar? Similar. So, we are talking about it being similar. The definition of similar is what, Nick?
It has the same shape, but it's not the same size.
So, same shape,
Same angle.
same angles, different sizes. Now, along with that, on this quiz tomorrow, I'm also going to ask you, how does the size change of a half affect it? And I will have people tell me it gets smaller. What else happens? This one got smaller, and what else did the half do to it, Jack?
It moved planes closer to that.
Moves closer, right? To the origin. So if a size change is a fraction or decimal, on the quiz tomorrow, I will ask you a question. I'll say, tell me 2 things that you know about a size change. And I will usually have people go, oh, it's the same shape and the same angles. Well, I'm looking for like what happens when you have it being similar with the size change of a half. It gets smaller and it gets closer to the origin, right? If we are talking about the orientation, that means I'm going from A to B to C, right? The original one was going, the original was counterclockwise. The new one, if we are looking, so we're going to do and then we're going to start with so that's joyful. But only do the even on 6. Okay. The new one, I go from A to B to C. A to B to C. So I went counterclockwise to now being clockwise. When does our orientation change? What is the only one? So our final image was clockwise, Jacob. When does orientation change? Orientation changes when you do a reflection. Okay? Yep. Do one reflection, we'll put that. Or 3 reflections, or 5, an odd number. I'd be good with that. Okay? All right. Let's do this one, and then we're going to be done and get you started on your homework. And tomorrow my hope is 2 things. So do this one. This one starts with getting 2.5 times bigger, right? So you are looking at the point. 1, 0. 1, 1. Right? 0, 2. Take them each times 2.5 first. It gets bigger. Then it's 180. Then it's a slide. Okay? Okay? Then this is the last part that you're going to do. I don't know. You left it here. Okay? Start. I'm going to check with your shoulder partner. I want to see that you're doing this.
Yeah, I thought that.
H-I-H-J-K. Yeah, I don't know why they left the I out. Okay, shh. Is everyone done with their drawings? No, make it bigger and keep going. Do all parts of it, please. Do all parts of it. You gotta do the 180 now, and you gotta translate. Do the 180, then translate. If you were going to put up, would anyone like to come up and draw?
I can't draw.
The first one.
What if I can't draw?
When you did that 2.5, it came out in the middle here. Now, I'm not going to pick on our student who's just up here, but these are vertical, right? And then it went here. They are right above and below each other. And when they came up, they put this one, and they put it over here first at this point. And if you do that, and it's on a quiz or a test,
You got it wrong.
I have to take off something. It's wrong. It's in the wrong location, right? And I know you're on the right track, and now your last step for all of you should have been to move this 1 to the right and 3 down, right? 3 up.
Up.
1, so I'm going to go over 1 and up 1, 2, 3, right? Well, I noticed that this is down 2.5, so down 2.5. This one is going to go up 1, 2, 3, right? And back 1. So if I was looking at this, did I do that right? 1 to the right, up 3, 1, 3, over here. Okay? And then this is my
too small. Whoa.
Yeah, that's too small.
Miss Thompson's still wrong.
up right to this one, right? 1, 2, 3.
No, it has to go over 1. It has to go over a half.
Let's go over a whole.
Over 1.
That's really nasty. I see amazing snow.
Yeah.
I don't even do that.
All right, so here is what you are looking at in your homework. We're not going to do this one. Oh, wait, we got to answer the question. Congruent or similar?
They're neither.
This is our symbol for similar.
Oh, cool.
Why similar?
Because it's
isolated.
Because it's upside down head.
Guys,
Is it turn head?
it needs to be quiet. I'll call on some of you. I just don't need the loud responses. Yesterday was such a quiet work day when you're doing that. Nick, knock it up. Okay? So I need you not talking when, there's other people, and if I'm asking for a question, raise your hand, please. So this was the similar because of a size change. It got larger. If we're going to talk about the orientation, did we have any reflections? No. And in this one, it's kind of hard because it's not really a closed figure. But if we are going around, but we are going to say it is the same, right? Same orientation. Why? There was no reflection. Now, because, like I said, the quizzes went so well, I would like you to only look at doing the evens on here. So, 1, cross off,
Can we do H6?
3, H6, do the even. Cross off the
Can I
off.
go now?
Yeah, you should go now. Yeah.
Do the even. It's so funny. Then, please turn to this next page, 6B. Okay, to the joke pages. Why couldn't Orville buy a round trip ticket? Okay, so,
Because he's bored.
listen, in the middle here, on the top it says, find each one that is congruent. Use the numbers. So, if I'm looking like at number 3, which one looks the same as number 3?
L.
L. So down below, right? When you put in the joke, 3 is L. Does that make sense? stroke here, okay? You're gonna do that top part. Then this next part is talking about congruent statements, because we're getting into congruent and similar triangles soon. And this one says, okay, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle EDF. Order is really important for those letters. So wherever angle A is, that's going to be the same as E. Wherever B is, that'll be the same as D. Okay? So when I look at segment AB on the first picture, you gotta look at the first stroke picture, not the second one. AB is in the same spot as what segment on the other triangle? If I'm looking, Lucas.
D-E.
D-E, right? So this is my answer. So number 6, D-E, that is letter E. So down below, 6 is going to be E. Does that make sense to you? Okay, let's take a look at the angle. Angle A. Don't turn to the back yet. Just look at the front page. Angle A. What's in the same spot as A? Should be, raise your hand. What do you have, Maria? Angle E. So, angle E is in exactly the same location. So that means number 9 is going to be down below the letter U as I'm looking at that. So, what?
Okay, the joke.
So, the joke part, number 9, you're putting the letter U. We already said number 3 was what letter? L. Okay? So you're going to be filling that part in as you are looking at it. Okay? All right. Please, as you look this page, you should be able, because the letters are in order. Maria. Yeah, that's I. That's the letter. All right. On the back. These ones are no longer congruent, right? They are similar. So, as you look at the back and you're looking at the similar, what do you know about in a triangle, all 3 angles, raise your hand, inside a triangle have to sum to how many degrees, Kylie? 180. So I want you to look at this first triangle. They have 50, 70. Can you find this angle? Yes, to find angle B, I'm going to take 50 plus 70. What is 50 plus 70?
120 a number. It's 1,000. Okay.
Okay, you're not helping anyone's cause by just saying random stuff and kind of doing that. So 50 plus 70 gives us 120. We're going to take 180 and minus 120, which means angle B is going to be 60 degrees. Now, I am not going to cross off the 60 over here because it's very likely that I'm using the number 60 again. But that means down below, number 1 for 60 is going to be the letter S. Okay? So number 1, you should put the letter F, right? Let's do another one up here. If I'm looking at letter E, what's in the same spot as E from the first triangle? What space is that letter in? D, E, F to A, B, C. That means that E is in the middle. What's in the middle of the first one? B. So E and B have to both be the same, 60 degrees. They are similar. So the angle that's in that same spot. Now, I agree these ones towards the bottom get a little harder. And when you come in on Monday, we will look at those. Why not tomorrow? Tomorrow, I just need you to have 6 done. I don't need 6B done by tomorrow. I know there's some of you that will finish it, right? Tomorrow, one of the things we are looking at doing in class